Shraddha. Hello, Ms. Rodriguez. We're here to discuss a couple of concerns you have with your son, Jesus.
Yes,
Okay, what are those concerns?
his grades recently.
Okay, when you're talking about his grades, are you talking in every single subject or in one in particular?
All of them have dropped a little bit. It's his reading grade that has dropped the most.
Okay, have you spoken to his teacher about it?
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to the teacher.
What information has she provided you with?
The reading teacher, she tells me that he gets distracted a lot. She told me that she helps him focus again, and then she goes through something like strategies or something that she does with him in class.
Okay, are you communicating with her on a daily basis?
Well, my work schedule is not the best schedule, so I communicate with her like at least twice, but it's difficult for me to communicate ev- on an everyday basis.
Okay, have you spoken to him about the problem?
Yes, he doesn't say much. He doesn't say much about it. It's he just sees that like he doesn't say much.
Okay, are there any areas, other concerns that you have?
Well, I've seen his reading grade drop a lot, and I'm very concerned. So, but I see it like his individual grades. I see that the reading classwork is fine. It's the homework that's dropping.
Okay,
So that's when he goes home. That's where I see if they give him a reading passage, he just glances through it and then he'll answer meeny miny mo. Like I see he gets, and instead of being focused on his homework, he's all bothering his sister, bothering his sister.
okay. How does his sister react to that?
She she cries and he'll do it even more. It's just
Okay, do you have any system in place at home for when he's doing homework? Do you have him do any strategies or anything like that?
no, I don't. I just tell him to do his homework. He knows he has to do his homework.
Okay, but there's no routine in place?
Well, my work schedule is different. We get there at different times, so we do it whenever we get home and whenever we can.
Okay. Um, Based on the information that you gave me, I would like to focus on one area of concern, which would be the one that we're going to be focusing on. Would you agree with me that your main concern is his reading grades?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's focus on that. Another thing that I noticed is that you told me that it's difficult for you to communicate with his teacher on a daily basis.
Yeah, I wish I could communicate more so I can know like every day is he doing good, is he not.
Okay, so some of the suggestions that I have for you are the first one is the student agenda. So in the district where he's at, they provide him with a personal agenda, and the students are supposed to be using it on a daily basis to write down homework, or a lot of teachers use it for communication. So the teacher and you could be writing each other little notes. It doesn't have to be very specific. It could be as easy as he had a good day, he had a bad day. Um, Another one are the different apps. One that I highly recommend is the Class Dojo. I've used it myself, and it's very easy to use, and it's a very, very good way for teachers and parents to be communicating. But again, I'll give you a list of other ones that I have, but that's the one that I highly recommend.
Okay.
Another way is your emails. I mean, with our cell phones now, we could communicate with anybody from any place and at any time. So I feel that communicating by email is another good option. And then the last one is going to be the student portal. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, a little bit they told me about it, but I'm not clearly sure.
Okay, well, the way that this works is that you go into the school office and they provide you with the username and the user password. Uh, it's actually called Tyler.
Okay.
And the way that this works is that you, as parents, you could daily see how they're doing. You could see the daily class grades, the daily test grades. It's you could see their absences. You could pretty much see anything that's going on with the student. And a very neat setting that they have is that you would be informed if the student, if the grade drops below a 70, below an 80, below a 90. And the nice part about that is that you can set small goals. So for example, let's say you would start at 75. So if a grade drops below a 75, it would inform you. And then as he progresses, you could increase it to maybe an 80, an 85. So you would put in place little steps to have a final goal. Okay? Do you have any questions with any of these communication suggestions?
So I like that the communication is electronically, that I don't have to get off of my car to go and talk to her, because it's not every day that I could do that. So
Okay.
it would be easier for me to communicate electronically.
Okay, I completely understand. Okay, so once we have that in place, we need to get information from the teacher, which is what she uses for reinforcement, how she redirects them, and then what strategies she's using. So if it's working already in the classroom, it should also work at home. Again, you're going to have to get the detailed strategies that she uses because we already know that they're working in class. Now we just need to have him use them at home. Once he's using it at home, you're going to have to be monitoring and ensuring that he's using all those strategies that he uses at school. Do you have any questions on that?
By strategies, the teacher has told me, but maybe she could explain them to me.
Yes, every reading teacher has specific ones. It's their preference, and again, it's something that's already working for him. So, for example, it could be as simple as there's a word where they don't know the meaning, and they would use a dictionary, or they could use the context clues from the text to determine what the word means. A lot of teachers require that students use evidence from the text to justify their answer. So they can't just guess because they have to go back to the text and they need to justify on how they selected their answer. So it's a matter of just communicating with her. Once you have that in place, once you have the strategies from the teacher and the reinforcers, you would need to set up a daily schedule, daily routine for homework. So, for example, you can write in a little whiteboard or on a little calendar and tell them, okay, when you get home, the first thing you're going to do is maybe have dinner. Once you're done with that, we're going to begin with homework. And as he's doing his homework, there needs to be you need to be monitoring him and ensuring that he is using those same strategies, that you're using the same reinforcement, that you're redirecting him the same way that the teacher is. And you see, the best part of it is that these benefits, the main benefit from this plan is that eventually he's going to be an independent reader. Once he becomes an independent reader, reading is incorporated into every single subject. Okay. So that should be able to improve all his other grades in the other classes. Do you have any questions on the daily routines or?
No, I think it would really help. I think it would really help for me to be able to find out what strategy works for the teacher, and then for me to start incorporating it at home. Hopefully, if I could come up with some daily routines and then I could communicate more often, I could get the help that will help him become a better reader.
Okay, great. When was the last time that you received any report card or progress report?
Like 2 days ago.
Okay, was that a progress report or report card?
It was a progress report.
Okay, so the progress reports are issued out every 3 weeks, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we should meet in the next 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Once he reports the next progress report, and then we could have data to see if the plan has worked or we need to modify it. And if it does help, if it solves a problem, then we can move on and focus on another concern of yours. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I think I'm very hopeful that it'll work. The plan.
Okay,
good.
So then we're planning to meet in the when he receives the next progress report, and then we'll decide where to go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.